Hello folks, welcome to McFarland's Corner. I'm Mike McFarland, the Lake Fork Fishing Guide, your host of McFarland's Weekly Rundowns. What we're going to do is give you a public rundown today, get you caught up on what's going on with Lake Fork. I am at home and it is brutal cold for these parts, this part of Northeast Texas. This is about as cold as we usually get. Fortunately, we don't have any snow or ice on the ground, but basically, we've had a 14-hour spell below freezing, a 14-hour spell below freezing, and now we're in the midst of a 32-hour below freezing with a low of 19. My pond is partially frozen over. Things are cold. The backwaters on Lake Fork are cold, cold, cold. So keep that in mind if you're coming out to fish. There's a few good things happening. Number one, deep water bass, they don't feel that stuff as much. They're not as effective. So go deep. If you're going to fish for bass, go deep. Break out your spoons. Bring yourself some chicken noodle soup and a deal. The sun's shining. It can still be nice out there if you set yourself up right. Secondly, just my opinion, as cold as things have been, any of the shallow backwater fish are going to be stung real hard. So fishing shallow doesn't make a lot of sense unless you're fishing something that can heat up with the sun shining. So midday, hit something like some concrete, hard rock areas. Those shallow, non-winded affected areas that have something like a boat ramp or a launch ramp, private launch ramp, take a lot of concrete and rock. That little minimum area can warm up quite a bit with the sun shining on it. I'll give you an example. Even all my animals around my property, everything on the south side of my property, the water's frozen, stays frozen all day long. I got to break it up. The water that's been on the front side of my house for my animals gets the sun that hits it, and it doesn't need to be broken. It freezes at night, but it unfreezes pretty quickly once the sun starts to hit it. So think of that. I mean, that's a silly little analogy, but help you understand that. Look for those sun warming areas. You can find some really good bass on Lake Fork. Big bass sunbathing if you hit the right spots. Okay, but let's really go over it. Overall, again, welcome to the corner. That was a long intro. As far as like anything area news going on, look, there isn't anything. We got a power outage at Alva all night long. I guess it was awfully cold and whatnot, that kind of thing. But nothing is kicked off yet due to this cold spell. But I promise you, we're gonna have some pretty cool area news from each one of these rundowns, telling you about big fish caught or something going on, somebody special, something happening, an event coming. I believe we got the elite. I think we have the elite anglers coming again this year. So when that comes, that'll be some news. Things we do talk about. Let's keep you focused on the two things you might go fishing for on Fork: bass and crappie. Right? All right. Before I go over those things, I want to remind you that this is a free public report. There is a private channel, members only channel, where we discuss details. We give up the goods, we give up the juice, we give up the areas, the best areas to fish, the exact baits and things like that. I also cover several other lakes, multiple lakes in the Northeast Texas area, very detailed reports from other fishing guides. Members only channel, look in the description below this video, click on the link that says members and come join us. But what temperature on Fork? 41 to 44. It is cold. 0 to 1, depending on where you are, and the stained backwaters are absolutely still stained. What's amazing is, I don't know where it's coming from, but we've been really stable for over a week. Lake really not dropping. There's been no precipitation, hardly at all, and the lake even overnight rose. So got to be some groundwater and whatnot, maybe from the snow a couple weeks back and the ice conditions. I'm not sure. They're certainly not using any water. It's not flowing anywhere, but from yesterday to today, Tuesday, we really are just kind of holding stable. I expect some good rains coming. Lake's going to get full pool quickly. Probably by the end of March, I bet the lake is full pool. That's only like 1 foot 7 inches below full pool. So the conditions right now are full blown winter. And I didn't bring my phone out. Well, I'll tell you what. On Thursday, when I come back and I'll catch you up on the crappie. I don't have a crappie report in front of me today. I was going to give you the crappie. I know they're full-blown winter pattern. Jackie says, they're catching them way, way, way out deep. 18 feet of water, sometimes over 60. So they're in 60 feet of water and they're finding the fish in 18, 22, 28 feet. But just keep that in mind that, on Thursday I will give you that crappie report from Jackie Wiggins. What I will tell you about Fork bass-wise is, again, I started earlier. I was telling you, go deep. I would go deep, break out your spoons, go out there and enjoy the sunshine and the nice weather. I don't think we have high winds coming through the weekend. So, it's a nice day in midday. Go out there and find some school of sand bass deep and work a spoon in it. Smaller spoon could catch you more fish, but, a good 1 to 2 inch, 1 ounce slab spoon, get it down there and catch whites. And this is the best public report I can give you right now. Go find, you have a lot of fun that way. You're not just out there freezing, not catching anything. What's going to happen is you're going to funnel through a bunch of whites, and if you get the right area, you'll also catch largemouths every now and then. And if you do it right, you really use your sonar and find a big group of bait and the right area with the right group of fish, you can catch some really big bass this time of year. Big bass. So, as deep as 40 feet, 54 feet's the deepest that I've gotten in February here doing that. Vertical spoon, vertical drop, not casting, vertical drop, and a vertical drop shot can too. So keep that in mind. That's the way I would approach it. Otherwise, I'm not sure I would go fishing this weekend. As cold as everything's been, it's going to take a couple of 2-3 days of warm trend to get things back. All right. So I think that kind of covers what you guys want. Again, the outlook looks like we're going to come out of the freeze here, but we don't really have a big warm trend. We really do not. So don't forget about Lake Fork Lures, formerly Lake Fork Trophy Lures, it's now changed to Lake Fork Lures. They've got a lot of really cool stuff in the line. They got a new Pro Craw designed by Jeff Sprague. They've got some cool things. They got a bait, an older bait. Everybody's on a minnow trend right now. Minnow trend with live scope. And they've got a couple cool baits that really will fall right in that category without having to invent anything new. It's like Mr. Mark Pack just knew what was coming. But Lake Fork Lures, give them guys a good shout out. Check out some of their line of baits for the live scope usage, and you won't be disappointed. All right. Again, one more reminder. You want more information? I'm getting ready to film a members only, and I'm going to discuss each one of these baits right here that I have out here, how to use them, where to use them, detail. You want that information? Look in the description below the video. It'll say members only link. Click on that link and come join us. We'd love to have you. I wish you all great fishing. I'm Mike McFarland, the Lake Fork Guide.